Hello and welcome back to another episode of Math with Zone. Today, we're going to be solving logarithmic equations like this one. So, we're going to use my patent-pending method of the swish method. If you have the log already by itself, like we have here, you can swish this around. That's what I call it, at least. And that would mean that you would do 2 to the 8th is equal to x plus 3. It's officially called exponentiating the logarithmic equation, which is way too big of a mouthful. So 2 to the 8th equals this. So 2 to the 8th equals x plus 3. All you have to do is know what 2 to the 8th is, which I actually do not. 2 raised to the 8th power is 256. That's a big number. So if we have 256 is equal to x plus 3, subtract the 3, subtract the 3, 253 would equal x. You do need to check all of your solutions to make sure you do not take the log of a negative number or 0. So logs, as well as an ln, can't be 0 or negative! Exclamation point. So if we plug in 253, 253 plus 3 is positive and not 0 or negative, so this one's okay. All right, let's do another one. These are going to go pretty quick. Here, the log is not by itself because there's a 3 in front of it. Now, there are two options, one of which is a bad idea and the other one's a good idea. The bad idea is you are allowed to move this 3 and make it an exponent. Notice I wrote it small. That's a bad idea. You don't really want to do that if you can avoid it. Because if you can divide the 3 off, by all means, that is the easier path. Log 4 of x minus 1 equals 2. Now, the reason we could divide the 3 off here is because we didn't have any other logs happening. If we had more stuff going on, which is a different video, we would not be able to divide by the 3. Now, the log is by itself. We will swish this around. That's my patent-pending swish method. 4 raised to the second power will equal x minus 1. In order to get that one by itself, we would have to figure out what 4 squared is. I do know that one. That would be 16. And add 1. To get 17 is equal to x. Make sure when you plug in 17 that you don't take the log of a negative number, and we don't. 17 minus 1 is 16, and not 0. It's okay. All right, let's do this one. This one is going to incorporate two things that is an issue. You can take this x plus 1 and FOIL it out, because x plus 1 squared is x plus 1 times x plus 1. That would make this problem a lot harder. What you should do, if you can, is move the 2 down, because these are replaceable. Whether it's a 2 in front or an exponent mean the exact same thing. And then, just like we had on the previous problem, you can divide by 2. Log of x plus 1 would equal 3. Now, what am I going to swish here? Well, if I don't have a number here, it is automatically a 10. So logs by themselves, without anything, are a base of 10. So 10 to the third power would equal x plus 1. 10 to the third power is 1,000 is equal to x plus 1. And then subtract the 1, and we get a nice pretty number. 999 is equal to x. If I plug in 999, that is by far not 0 or negative, so that one is A-OK. We got one more, just one more. Here, if you have a 2 on the bottom of the fraction, in order to get rid of the 2, we would multiply by 2 and multiply by 2. So that would leave us with log base 3 of x minus 10 is equal to just 2, because 1 times 2 is 2. Swish this problem around because the 3 and the x minus 10 part are by themselves, so we end up with 3 squared is equal to x minus 10, which means 9 is equal to x minus 10. Add 10 to both sides, and x would equal 19. Now here we could be a little rocky, but when I still plug in 19, 19 minus 10 is 9. 9 is positive. Positive is okay. So most of the time your answers are going to be fine. It's really when you get a negative value for x, or if you get 2 solutions, which is a different video, that you should really be checking your answers to make sure that they are A-okay. Okay, so we got plenty more videos to come on this. Logs are something that are layered. This is the most basic version of a log. And then we get to go further and further into harder problems as we go forward. I hope to see you on the next one. Until later, I will have a good one. I messed up my closing. Bye.